only 40% of you are subscribed. Fix that. I want to say thank you to my Patreon subscribers and my Twitch subscribers. If you want to help out the channel, you can actually help out for as little as $1 a month. Enjoy the video and have some fun. There we go. Now, I'm gonna actually play this video, and you guys are gonna understand why I'm choosing to play this video. Let's watch this video. We're not gonna do a lot of it. We're just gonna do a little bit of it. Here we go.
What do you think is the primary focus of the GOP going into 2022? What should it be opposed to what it is?
I think Republicans really need to recognize the people they represent. Okay, their voters, not the lobbyist donors, not the corporate PACs, not those people. That's not who the Republican Party should represent. We need to be the party of nationalism, and I'm a Christian, and I say it proudly. We should be Christian nationalists. And when Republicans learn to represent most of the people that vote for them, then we will be the party that continues to grow without having to chase down certain identities or chase down, certain segments of people. We just need to represent Americans, and most Americans, no matter how they vote, really care about the same things.
So, you guys heard that. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. That's Nazi shit. Anytime you say, I'm a nationalist, it's usually you're Nazi motherfucking adjacent. And for people, especially those on the left, who don't recognize that shit, what fucking history book have you been looking at? Because I recognize when you say the nationalists or the national Bolsheviks or the national socialists, usually they are talking about an identity. And if you don't fucking get that, then you're stupid. But, we have people that may or may not understand that, but are using right-wing idiots to grift. Ooh, look. Here we have one here now. Now, you guys saw the video that I just played for you. That's Marjorie Taylor Greene. And, well, here, let's see this shit.
Welcome to me, your host, Christian Watson. I hope you guys are doing well. Excuse my voice, my friends. I have came under the weather recently, but there is important work to be done, and we have to keep going, so we're going to keep going. My friends, there is a...
So, this is Christian Walker. No, not that Christian Walker. But Christian Walker is a openly gay conservative. Good luck being in the party of the conservatives for that much longer. But he's an openly gay conservative. And so he has something to tell you guys. And let's just see what Christian has to say.
A sickly perversion going throughout American society right now. And many of you probably have a picture in your head of what that is, depending on what you don't like, whatever captures your distaste. But this perversion is actually quite evident, and it's quite powerful, and that is the perverse relationship between academia and the media. And has never been in my lifetime more evident than it is right now in the current conversation surrounding what is termed Christian nationalism. Now,
wait, what did he say? That it is a academic plot to say Christian nationalists? Wait, what? What? No, he didn't. Oh, okay. Let's go. Let's go, Christian. Tell us about it.
Throughout the Trump era, and even a little bit after the Trump era, the term Christian nationalism was used by social theorists and sociologists and people who basically cook up all these random ideas about how people think by trying to measure things by their perspective, even though sociology seems to deny the fact that the human being is fundamentally dynamic. And inconsistency is a key feature of many people's perspectives.
Wait, nobody says that humans aren't dynamic. That's a straw man, man. Yeah, sure, okay, let's go.
As they grow and take more information in, many people have the tendency to change. But let's forget all of that. These social scientists, these wizards, have cooked up all these ideas about what basically made Trump win. And one of the many ideas that they have managed to latch onto was Christian nationalism. Now, the idea of Christian nationalism, which I'll try to define in a second, does not come from the Trump era. It's been talked about in many different ways.
Yeah, it has been talked about in many different ways, including by the Nazis. They were nationalists, and they sure was Christian. That's why they got the blessing from the Pope. That's why they got the blessing from the Pope. Okay, sorry, I'm being an asshole. Let's go.
All the way back to the 90s and probably even back before then. But the term Christian nationalism has come in vogue, has become more popular more recently. The Associated Press just published a story about the victory of Doug Mastriano, who is a gubernatorial candidate in Pennsylvania, saying that the rise of Christian nationalism is happening. ABC also published a story. And also, on The View, Tara Setmeyer, contributor to The View, who when I was much younger, I'm still young, when I was much younger, like 5 or so years ago, I remember seeing Tara Setmeyer as a Republican on CNN, but apparently...
So, they're calling themselves Christian nationalists. They're outwardly saying they're a Christian nationalist, but it's some sort of lie by the left wing. I'm confused with this. Let's go.
And now she's, and we'll talk about that later. She had a few words to say about Christian nationalism. So apparently the cause for the mass shootings that have happened, particularly Buffalo and Uvalde, all of that has to do with Christian nationalism.
So, yeah, View host blames Christian nationalism for the shootings. Never mind that we do see that a lot of these stochastic terrorists, because that's what they are, they are claiming to be Christian, trying to keep this as a Christian nation. Never mind that. But because he doesn't like it, he doesn't like the term Christian nationalist, oh, then it's a left-wing lie. It's like in my job, you know, the one that I want to get rid of, a lot of people who say, I don't understand it. No, you understand, motherfucker. You just don't like. But let's continue.
And of course, her co-host went on to offer more, brain-dead ideas about what that means by attacking Southern tropes of guns, gods, and country as if that's Christian nationalism. But of course, my friends, this is...
I mean, like, you know, keep your hands off my gun and my Bible. It's a phrase that they actually use. It's a phrase that motherfuckers actually use. You can't make that shit up. But let's go.
Brings us into a broader idea, because Christendom has been shaken by these allegations and this rhetoric. And really, I believe the public's understanding of the truth of this matter has also been shaken. And this is not simply a matter of Christendom, this is a matter of anyone who wants to understand the nature of this concept. The truth is, my friends, Christian nationalism is nothing short of a slur in this context.
Wait, is that when the black people say the N-word? Is that when the black people say the N-word? Marjorie Taylor Greene is taking Christian nationalists back from the filthy, filthy atheists or the filthy, filthy N-words. Like, come on now, dude. Like, for real? For real. Yo, I'm a Christian nationalist. My Christian nationalist, my N-word. All right, let's go.
And even as an academic study, Christian...
How you gonna be like 25 and balding already? I just thought about that. He's like 24, 25, 26, and he's bald. Okay, let me stop.
Nationalism is not a consistent or coherent concept, and yet it is being taken for granted and used by many influential people in society as a method of analysis to understand certain social phenomenon, and that is deadly to our understanding of the world. So how do I draw this assumption? Well, in the Associated Press article, which you can see on your screen right here, they...
Okay, are you going to read the article, or are you just going to bitch and complain about it? I'm sorry, I'm confused. All right, let's go.
Cited, amongst many other things, many other examples of Christian nationalism, they cited a scholarly book written a few years ago, as of the posting of this video, by one Andrew L. Whitehead and Samuel L. Perry, called...
So, Christian nationalism isn't just coming around. Like, dude, we see your shit. You just mad about it. But let's go.
Taking America back for God, Christian nationalism in the United States, where these two use the term Christian nationalism, which they claim had not really been used in a work of this magnitude before, and they use it to examine several empirical claims to see the scope of Christian nationalism in America. And so I thought to myself, this is the most, they claim it's the most comprehensive work to date on Christian nationalism. It would behoove me to go ahead and read what these two gentlemen define as Christian nationalism. And they offer a series of definitions. They offer two, actually. One in the beginning of the book and the other as they're going on and explain their methodology. And I'll read both of them to you. So in the preface, they define Christian nationalism as this.
Okay. He can read. Just being an asshole. Let's go.
Say, we mean Christian nationalism to describe an ideology that idolizes and advocates a fusion of American civic life with a particular type of Christian identity and culture. We use Christian here in a specific sense. We are not referring to doctrinal orthodoxy or personal piety. In fact, we find some Christian nationalists can be quite secular.
Okay, that still doesn't stop people from claiming this shit. Like, for real, you gonna really just go to the book, even though it is literally saying that people are using religion as a shield to shield them from criticism.
Rather, the explicit ideological content of Christian nationalism comprises beliefs about historical identity, cultural preeminence, and political influence. But just as important, it also contains ideological content that is often implicit. This includes...
Oh, okay. It's just like hard to sit back and just listen to this shit where he's just throwing cover for racists. But let's go.
Symbols, boundaries that include conceptually blur lines and conflate religion and identity, Christian, preferably Protestant, in race, white, nativity, and so on and so forth. This is the first definition. So Christian nationalism for these guys is not a single idea. It's rather a constellation of ideas, some of which go towards politics, some of which go towards nativism, some of which go towards race. Now, they expand upon this a little bit more in the second definition. They say the following here. They say, simply put, Christian nationalism is a cultural framework, a collection of myths, traditions, symbols, narratives, and value systems that idolizes and advocates a fusion of Christianity with American civic life.
And yeah, we also saw that with Nazis. Did they replace strictly Christian, did they replace strictly Christian with some Aryan type living something or all that other bullshit fake ass occult fantasy? Of course, but that doesn't mean that it's any less harmful. But let's let him continue.
But the Christianity of Christian nationalists is of a particular sort. We do not mean Christianity here as a general meta-category, including all expressions of Orthodox Christian theology, nor will we use such terms as evangelism or white conservative Protestantism, to the extent that these represent certain theological interpretive positions, as synonyms for Christian nationalism. On the contrary, the Christianity of Christian nationalism represents something more than religion. As we will show, it includes assumptions of nativism, white supremacy, patriarchy, and heteronormativity.
Yeah, this sounds like a really accurate description of what Christian nationalists are. And I don't see what the problem is of this. And even in practice, we see this with these Christian nationalists. This isn't something that is just out the blue that, oh no, they're doing, and now no, this shit is actually in practice of what they're doing. If Marjorie Taylor Greene, if fucking Lauren Boebert really thought they were Christian nationalists, then they will be in the fucking kitchen making me my motherfucking sandwich. But no, they're not. They're just Christian authoritarians. But let's go.
Along with divine sanction for authoritarian control and militarism. Now, my friends, if you were confused by that definition or those two definitions I just read out to you, I don't blame you. Not only is my voice hoarse, but also the definitions themselves make no sense. So that fact is not helping my voice.
No. They make sense. They make sense. What's happening is people are using the identity Christian as a way, Christian, as a way of saying, well, don't criticize me, because criticizing me when I say I'm a Christian nationalist is criticizing my religion. That's all this shit is. That's all it is. Because what they're trying to do is use the term Christian as a shield. And we see it all the time. We see this shit all the time. Of these people who are using Christianity as a shield when they really want to do fucked up things. But let's go.
Excuse me. But this is the core point, my friends. You know, you don't have, it's almost impossible, actually it is impossible to have a coherent ideology that does not have a foundational ethos. The key question that arises from both of these definitions is what constitutes a Christian nationalist when the views of Christian nationalism have so much overlap, or in some of the views have so much overlap with different ideas. Indeed.
And mind you, this is the type of person that would, oh, what do you mean? Socialist means this. Well, socialism has several different meanings and several different parts to it. No. It means this. No, it's that one rule for me, and I'm making an exception when it comes to the shit that I feel is valid versus the shit that other people feel is valid. Don't trust these motherfuckers, because what happens is it's all about getting power, getting recognition. And I'm sorry, Christian, if Christian nationalists head their way, you will be lined up right along the rest of us, because you don't exactly claim yourself as straight, dog. And, you know, you got the skin confliction. You know, because you're black. No, okay, let's go.
As these two gentlemen said, that they're not going to be addressing white Protestant evangelicals. Why would they even mention that? Because some of the beliefs of Protestant evangelicals, I'm not going to use the word white because that's a completely nonsense term. There's not really, someone's color does not relate to their beliefs. That's just.
I have a few people that would disagree with you. Did he just say someone's skin color does not equal to their beliefs? I mean, like, we have a lot of people that would disagree with you. Like, and this is what I mean. People like him. So, if you didn't know, this motherfucker is one of the Gothic simpletons. And basically, they feel that, no, there's no racism because reasons, and the only real racism is the racism they get from black folks who don't want to believe they're bullshit. And I'm going to have to disagree with you. As much as I say that, hey, you know, you shouldn't use the shit that happened to your race as a reason to hate people, there is a good motherfucking reason why you should not ignore racism and not ignore what happened to the different cultures in this country and across the globe, just because people felt that their race was better than one other person's. But, you know, reasons and shit like that, right? Well, let's go.
Nonsense. But inherently does not. But especially their spiritual beliefs. But evangelical Protestantism.
But evangelical Protestantism is something that was extremely racist. They literally came over here and said that, oh, yeah, because these people are less developed, we think that they're less than them. So, here, what was that? Jesse Waters even said it. We won this land on the back of conquest. In smallpox. I can't make this shit up, but let's go.
May share some foundational beliefs about the nation of America that Christian nationalism may have, in the sense that evangelical Protestantism in many cases does affirm that America is foundationally Christian.
And they're fucking wrong. And when they say Christian, do they mean Christians that African Christians? No, they don't mean African Christians. Do they say, I don't know, you know, Catholics or people that are in South America, Catholics, do they welcome them with open arms? No, they mean white evangelical Christians. We have the playbook, dog. You can't see. I guess people like him actually believe that people don't see the other shit that goes on. It's the reason why I played that Marjorie Taylor Greene video before we started. But let's continue.
These two gentlemen, in their book, quote Pastor Robert Jeffress, who was one of Trump's spiritual advisors on his evangelical council, who has said that that America itself was foundational and the founders had a preference to Christianity. Now, whether you agree with Jeffress' theory or not.
See, and this is the shit that this really, really fucking toxic. No, they weren't Christian. They were actually deists. A lot of the founding fathers were deists. Now, that there were some that were strictly Christian, but a lot of them were deists. They were deists. And the fact that you are willingly being obtuse about this shit lets us know that dog, you just want to actually just seem like you want to kind of clout that shit. Just like you trying to clout it, you don't understand the reason of the definition, but you do. You want to make your racist ass audience, your baited ass audience, feel okay about the fact that, yo, we may actually have some racial issues we need to hang up. And I'm not just saying for the white people in this audience too. You have some black folks in this audience that really need to deal with some shit. Well, let's go.
Personally, I take issue with it, even though I am a Christian myself, but that's besides the point.
Oh, wait, you're a Christian? I had known this. What the fuck? Okay, let's go.
Whether you agree with his theory or not, these two gentlemen tried to loop him in to the Christian nationalist crowd by saying that he has Christian nationalist views by believing that America is foundationally Christian. So what's the difference between an evangelical that believes America is foundationally Christian and a Christian nationalist that believes the same thing? Well, according to these two, Christian nationalists can be secular, and while an evangelical may profess the doctrine, Christian nationalists don't necessarily do that. We're getting into more issues here. Also, what's the difference, when asked, between Christian nationalism and theocracy? Well, these two gentlemen pose two things. Number one...
So, he's upset, kind of, that people are equating Christian nationalists to being white supremacists. But, like, yeah, that's the fuck we see. And I'm sorry if... Because I know that there are people in my audience that cut on my channel and be like, but you said the wrong thing the way I don't like it. And I tell them first to suck my dick. Secondly, yeah, fuck them. Like, fuck them, like, for real. And they're being purposely obtuse. And what my thing is, if they don't feel that the prescriptions that these Christian nationalists are going for would be detrimental to them, why don't they trade the place? Would they trade the place of the people who these Christian nationalists will target? We know they won't, but they will pretend like, oh no, it's fine, there's nothing wrong, it's all good, it's all fine. No, it's not. No, the fuck it's not. But let's continue.
Theocracy would rather have like a priest or a clergy member in office, but rather Christian nationalism, in contrast, will want to have a secular person because they don't necessarily care about having a religious leader in office. Interesting.
No, but then they deify that secular person. Like, we're not gonna sit back and pretend to lie like Iran isn't like a Muslim nationalist nation, even though they have a president. The fucking religious leader, and it skips skips my mind right now that their religious leader has more power than the president. They do, even though they have a president. But you know, reasons, right? Because I'm just gonna say it like this: it's convenient to say, "Oh no, we're not a theocracy," even though, because we have somebody who's head of state that is head of state. But do they make a move without the big religious leader? Well, no, they still have to consult them. Then they're not head of state; they're figurehead. But no. That's not what happens in reasons and shit like that. That's of course what happens. But let's go.
Isn't it? Very weird. And the second distinction between theocracy and Christian nationalism, according to these two, according to Andrew and according to Samuel, is that theocrats believe laws should be inspired by the divine, whereas Christian nationalists don't mind secular governance. So what exactly makes Christian nationalism Christian? These are the philosophical questions you got to answer to get to the bottom of these things. The truth is, it's not. And these two admit that. They admit this is not Christian in the essential sense.
They are correct. It is not Christian in, oh, we need to prove that we're Christian. No, they're using Christianity as a shield. That is what they're doing. And stop acting so obtruse about it. You know they're using Christianity as a shield. You know that's what that is. But let's go.
That it's orthodoxy and it's praising Jesus, but rather it's Christian in the symbolic sense. But I would argue that using the word Christian as a proxy for symbolism and images is a desolation of that term. It is a misuse of that term.
And yet, these people are actually saying it. These people are actually saying it. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, sure, dog. Sure. I just can't, but let's go.
These two, who have done the most comprehensive study of Christian nationalism currently in academia right now, have defined it. Christian nationalism is utter nonsense. They are using the word of Christianity and the name of Christianity to describe a phenomenon that is only not Christian in essence. It's not even Christian in practice. It's not even Christian in image. It's not Christian at all. It's solely a matter of aesthetics.
But they feel that they should actually do it. They feel that they should actually jump on that, oh, this is Christian, because it gives them the cover for the shit that they're trying to do. And you're failing to realize that. And no, you're not failing to realize this. You know that's what they're doing. You know that's what they're doing. Because in the end, when they say, oh, it's a Christian nationalist nation, and you actually get things where, because of the sex and violence and murder in the Bible gets banned out of these schools, and you see how it's like, oh, wait, no, that rule shouldn't apply for us. They're using the shield of Christianity in order to motherfucking cover their ass. If they just came out and said, well, yeah, this is Nazi ideology, people will be less inclined to believe the shit. But let's go.
Let's say we were to take this idea seriously. There's several problems with this kind of definition. As I mentioned before, this idea of Christian nationalism has no foundational ethos. And an idea that...
Besides the fact that they're saying it, they're claiming the shit. This is not just coming out of anywhere. People are claiming the shit. Nick Fuentes, he claims the shit. He's a Christian, he's a nationalist. And he also ties in the fact that he's a Nazi. We have video of this shit. But let's go.
Does not have a foundational ethos, has no line of demarcation. Therefore, anything and everything you want that idea to represent, it can represent. Which is why when they mention patriarchy and white supremacy and heteronormativity,
it's just so fucking telling to me where, like, gay Republicans want to mention heteronormativity. Like, it's so fucking telling to me, because they know if it was outed more that they weren't straight, that they will be the target of the same bigoted policies that they see other people are under. And it's like not a specific knock against him being gay. As a matter of fact, I don't care. Dude, let your freak flag fly. But you know when they find out that you are not all the way straight, they're going to be coming for you. No matter. Look at Dave Rubin. Look at Dave Rubin. That motherfucker is wholly sold out to the right wing. He said he wants to get himself a family. He wants to grow a family with his husband, with the person he loves. And people turned on him. All because they feel that they should be able to tell somebody how to live their fucking life. But let's go.
Actually ask yourself, what does this have to do with a spiritual ideology? But the truth is, if there's no ethos, no clear idea of what this ideology is, they can loop whatever ideology they want to into this vessel, into this linguistic term. The truth is, my friends, Christian nationalism is an all-purpose tool which has a similar function as that of a syllogism, but with less structure and less utility, by which you can put anything into that tool and you can try to pump out anything you want to, as long as because those things adhere to the principles of that tool. So for example, with the syllogism, if I say all dogs are white, Jack is a dog, therefore Jack is white.
It'd be different, dog, if they weren't claiming this shit. People who are going for this Christian nationalist bullshit are literally claiming, I'm a Christian nationalist. Here, I'm a Christian nationalist. We literally have Marjorie Taylor Greene saying that shit. It wasn't, and like, look. This video right here came out on June the 6th. That interview with Marjorie Taylor Greene, when did I pull that from? It is literally here. Let's see, history. Go back to my history. July the 26th. A month after he made this dumbass video. She came out there, and I'm pretty sure she was saying that shit way before that too. But no, they're just trying to pin it on Christians. Fuck out of here.
That is a perfectly logical statement which coheres to the syllogism, but it is factually incorrect, and in the laws of logic we would say that it is unsound. But the syllogism can make anything make sense within its parameters. Similarly, Christian nationalism can make decidedly non-Christian ideas, which have no relation to each other, make sense because it has defined them within this confined world created and cooked up by sociologists.
Again, when Marjorie Taylor Greene said that she was a Christian nationalist, I doubt she's actually read sociologist papers. I just take it as like me probably doubting. Press F to doubt, right? Press F to doubt. But let's go.
This is conceptual distortion. This is manipulation at the highest degree, and yet these two use
manipulation. All right, let's go.
These definitions to inform an empirical study. And empirics, as we understand, is meant to observe the natural world by which is governed by objective truth. And yet these two, in their analysis, eschew objective truth. They don't even define a coherent ideology, which must have an ethos.
I mean, like, he's so indignant about this. Little man, why are you so indignant about it? We know what it is, man. Like, dude, like, you are so indignant about this. We see the shit. We see the Marjorie Taylor Greenes. We see the Lauren Boeberts. We see the fucking, we see the, Steven Anderson. We see this shit. But of course, those are not real Christians because they say the quiet part out loud. Like, the fuck? That's what it all equates to. They're not real Christians because they say the quiet part out loud. Well, let's go.
And they don't even satisfy the essential Christian nature of this ideology, which would be assumed by hearing the name Christian nationalism. And I'll even give you one more. These two also say in the book, they don't even mean nationalism. They mean nationism. They mean politically conservative, identity-based Christianity when they refer to nationalism.
Again, where is the problem? Like, we see what's going on, dog. Where is the fucking problem? But, all right, let's go. Because reasons, I guess.
They don't actually mean the term nationalism. So not only is Christian nationalism not Christian, in essence or definition, or even a little bit.
Does he realize that the reason why people say it's not just Christians because there are people that have a God belief that aren't as fucking crazy as these Christian theocratical nationalists? Like, he has to realize that, right? He has to realize that. But I guess let's go.
It's also not nationalistic. So you have a deceptive term being touted around by media darlings because a few academics managed to cook it up in their laboratories of untruth. We have more problems with ideas like this. So
tell us what those problems are. Come on, tell us what the problems are. Let's go.
Christian nationalism imposes upon people who may have otherwise legitimate beliefs, even if the beliefs are wrong, a mark of radicalism. It says people who share this kind of belief that America is foundationally Christian are radical, and they're representative of this kind of broader, evil, vicious ideology.
I mean, like, it's not like we don't have the, Sixth Amendment, Article 6 in the Constitution that says we don't have any religious tests, or we don't have the First Amendment or the Treaty of Tripoli, which treaties are treated as only second to the Constitution to say, no, this is not a Christian nation. It's not like we don't have that shit, but because reasons, and his feelings hurt because Christian. Oh God, that just makes no sense because his name is literally Christian. But let's go.
Which makes it easier for people like Tara Setmeyer in The View and her compatriots in The View to write off people whom they disagree with. Once again, this is a product of an insincere, incorrect, philosophically dead idea, which
you fighting The View, dog. You fighting The View. I just don't know. Okay, let's go.
Has been cooked together by people who seemingly have no adherence to the truth. And so by lacking internal consistency, because again, my critiques focus on this one thing, there's no internally consistent definition of what Christian nationalism is. By lacking internal consistency, it allows Christian nationalism to be this all-purpose tool by which anything can make sense so long as it's defined within this subjectivist parameters.
Everything is subjective parameter. These people say that they're Christian, and all they want to do is do this. They want to be this way. Like, we literally have what they're saying, dog. But sure, yeah, let's go.
So what's the point? My friends, not only is Christian nationalism a slur, as a term, as a definition, it makes no sense. Not only because it's not Christian, we've established that, but because in its definition, it's not even referring to Christian orthodoxy or the divinity of Christ, it's referring rather to images and symbology.
So your problem is that it's not saying that Jesus came and founded the United States, but the fact that people are using their Christianity as a shield. Yeah, dog. Okay. Shit. Sure. Let's go.
And not only is it not nationalistic, it's referring to a certain strain of what these people call conservatism, which again, I would push back on. So not only is this term deceitful, not only is it not Christian, it is being used to slander people who have ideas that are worth engaging, or may not be worth engaging, but you never know that if you use the definition, and to cast them off. And what happens when this happens? What happens is we don't engage with the truth, and we engage with a caricature of our ideological foes or our potential ideological allies, and we don't understand the nature of things. And a person who does not understand the nature of things is someone who is woefully ignorant.
I understand the nature of shit. I understand that you're carrying water for people that would rather see you dead. They would rather see you dead because not only are you black, but you're not straight. And I get how enticing it will be to gain power, but you're gonna be lined up right along the rest of us. You're gonna be they gonna make you not be you, either one way or the other, right along with the rest of us. You're not gonna be called one of the good ones. You're not gonna be seen out as no motherfucker. It's gonna be last one in, first one out. But you can't tell people like this that. Because they're going to say, no, they believe in the principles. They are using you as a tool. You are a useful idiot. And the more you motherfuckers do understand that, like, I'm not saying that you have to have the same leftist beliefs that I do. I'm not saying that you have to 100% agree with the shit that I agree with. But I will tell you that you are fostering your own fucking destruction. Because if these people win, no matter how much money you done banked up for being on their side, how much clout or attention, when it's time for you to go bye-bye, they're not going to check your voter registration card. They're not going to say, oh, yeah, he's a Republican, so no, this one is fine. They going to come for your ass, too. And I wish a motherfucker would see that. But you don't, and that's fine. And yeah, no, I don't know what else to tell you, but yeah. Anyway, guys, like, share, subscribe. I don't know what to say. But yeah, maybe not go for the people that want to see you dead because of your identity. And cut the second.
If I gave myself the power